Okay, so we're rolling. And just a disclaimer and a warning to everyone. Don't mind the roosters at the neighbor's house. This is how it is, provincial life, and I actually love it. So, yeah, so first and foremost, I'd like to say thank you to all those who actually took the time out to click on my video last week. And that was my first Bible verse to video record. That was Proverbs 16:3. So thank you so much for those who actually, gave a few minutes of their time, and those who commented, shared, and actually, invested time in that. This time around, I'd like to share with you this Bible verse that focuses on patience during tribulation, and that is rejoice in hope, be patient in tribulation, and be constant in prayer. So that's Romans chapter 12, verse 12. Okay, let me say that again. Rejoice in hope, be patient in tribulation, and be constant in prayer. Romans chapter 12, verse 12. So in this day and age, we do not like slow internet connection. We do not like long lines at McDonald's, and we do not like traffic at all. We don't like wasting our time. We want everything in an instant. And yeah, sometimes this practice, brings out the worst in all of us. There are people who fight in traffic. There are those who hate slow lady drivers like me on the expressway. Yes, I'm a new driver, so please bear with my speed limit. And of course, in terms of applying this in your life, when you have stubborn students, if you're a teacher and they don't listen to you, you feel like it's a waste of time, right? Because they don't listen. And maybe perhaps a stubborn patient for nurses and doctors, stubborn friends who don't listen to your advice. Yes. Sometimes it gets frustrating, and impatience brings out the worst in all of us. And when we say impatience, it shows, or it means unloving, unkind, and perhaps selfish, right? Self-focused. You're too self-focused of your intentions, and that's why you get impatient. And, well, I'd like to think of it this way. Just change your perspective, because God gives us these tests of character all the time, just not to throw us off track, but, or bear more than we can handle, but rather to build us up as stronger Christians. So that is what I would like to share to all of you. And, sometimes being impatient when it comes to applying this in your life, it can actually get you into trouble. Let me share with you this Chinese proverb. During the Song Dynasty, it's about a Chinese farmer who actually was very impatient, waiting for his rice paddies to grow, or his crops to grow. So what he did was, one ordinary day, one usual day, he went out to his rice field and he started pulling them up a bit. Okay, so they, when you see the rice paddies, they look like they've grown taller, and that for him, it felt like it speeded or quickened the process for him. And well, you do know that in farming you cannot actually do that in real life, because when you pull them higher, so they look taller, you'd be hurting the roots. And yes, so the farmer felt that he saved time, and he saved a lot of time, because he felt that they grew a bit, just because of pulling them up. But of course, the next day when he comes back to the rice paddies, his crops had started to wither. And you see how impatience can actually harm you instead of help you. So hastening a process can actually hurt instead of help you. And that's how we sometimes do in life. We are so much in a hurry that we don't realize that being in a haste can actually harm us. And that's not how God works. God, Okay, let's explain it this way. Perspective. The Lord's perspective is so different from ours. We have such a limited view, and I'd like to think that God has an eternal view and has a perfect timing for all of His plans for us, for all of His purposes for us. And sometimes human knowledge is limited, and we don't seem to understand that. So when you do start praying for something and He doesn't give it to you in the time that you want it to be given, you feel frustrated, you get impatient, and that's when selfishness starts kicking in. And I hope that, somehow this kind of distraction you can get through as long as, you are patient in tribulation, and of course be constant in prayer. So there comes a time that we have to be still and wait for God to do the work for us. And yes, just like in our daily lives, we should be more patient instead of being more impatient. So be joyful in hope, and of course be patient in tribulation, be constant in prayer. Romans chapter 12 verse 12. I hope you reflect on this Bible verse, and I'm really, really sure it will be worth the wait for you. No significant change happens overnight. So yes, success doesn't come overnight. It comes through hard work. So you have to work patiently on whatever it is, whatever struggle you're going through in life. And of course, you reap what you sow. If all this hard work for you feels like there's nothing happening yet, just be patient and be still. And of course, be constant in prayer. So that ends my weekly Bible verse. Let me repeat it once again so you can actually memorize it already once you exit out of this window. So rejoice in hope, be patient in tribulation, and of course, be constant in prayer. Romans chapter 12, verse 12. Thank you so much, guys. I'm almost 8 minutes, so I won't keep you once again. Hope to see you again next week. Stay inspired, stay blessed, and of course, God loves all of us. God bless. Bye.